Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Recha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of 1 Samuel, the 28th chapter. And as we continue in David's journey, where he now is dwelling with Achish, king of Gath, after fleeing from Saul. And it came to pass in those days that the Philistines gathered their armies together for warfare, to fight with Israel. And Achish said unto David, Know thou assuredly that thou shalt go out with me to battle, thou and thy men. So you know that you're going to be in my army, right? And David said to Achish, Surely thou shalt know what thy servant can do. So you'll see what we're capable of. And Achish said to David, Therefore will I make thee keeper of mine head forever. So you're going to be my bodyguard forever and ever. So he really took a liking to David. Now Samuel was dead, and all Israel had lamented him, and buried him in Ramah, even in his own city. And Saul had put away those that had familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land. Now, one that has a familiar spirit is basically one that has a familiar spirit is like a demon companion, or familiar for short, that that assist them, in whatever it is that they're trying to do. Let's look up here, familiar spirit. Yeah, it says here, a demon supposedly attending and obeying a witch, often said to assume the form of an animal. Okay, and so that's why it says they had familiar spirits. But he put them all away, drove them out, and the wizards out of the land. And the Philistines gathered themselves together, so they started to amass their armies, and came and pitched in Shunem. And Saul gathered all Israel together, and they pitched in Gilboa. So they set up their forces, getting ready to go up against each other again. And when Saul saw the host of the Philistines, he was afraid, and his heart greatly trembled. So he definitely he feared. He said, "Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do this." And when Saul inquired of the Lord Yahweh answered him not. I mean, after all the things he's done, even going as far as to slay the priest of the Lord, what do you think was going to happen? Neither by dreams, nor by Urim, nor by prophets. And the Urim and the Thummim was like what was in the breastplate, and the priest would use it in means of communicating with the Lord. But he didn't answer Saul by any of these. Then said Saul unto his servants, Seek me a woman that hath a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. So I need some spiritual medium, some answer, some information. So go find one of those those witches. And his servants said to him, Behold, there is a woman that hath a familiar spirit at Endor. And Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment. So he basically took away all the kingly attire, so you couldn't tell that this is he was Saul. So he put on like common clothes, and he went, and 2 men with him. And they came to the woman by night, and he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee. So use your familiar spirit to conjure up, the spirit of whoever it is I want you to get for me. It's kind of like a form of being able to communicate with the dead, because that's what Saul was requesting here. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest that what Saul hath done, how he cut off those that have familiar spirits, and the wizards out of the land. Wherefore then layest thou a snare for my life, to cause me to die? Do you want me to die? don't you know that it's basically like there's a law against this? Like and Saul swear by her, or swear to her by the Lord, saying, as the Lord Yahweh liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. So don't worry, you're gonna be good. Ain't nothing bad is gonna happen to you. I promise. Swear by the Lord. Then said the woman, whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, bring me up Samuel. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spake to Saul, saying, why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. So, using her, whatever, maybe it was an incantation, maybe she like drew some circle on the ground, did whatever ritualistic stuff she needed to do. And then eventually maybe chanting some things here and there and whatever. She calls forth that familiar spirit and uses it to call out to Samuel, because remember, Samuel is dead. And so when she saw Samuel, she realized that, oh, this guy asking me to conjure up Samuel has to be Saul. And so out of a panic, she turns and basically confronts him about that. And the king said unto her, be not afraid, for what sawest thou? What did you see? And the woman said, and the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth. And when you go into that word gods with the lowercase g, it's Elohim, which goes into the angels, the judges, the divine ones. And more than likely what she saw was like, spirits, okay? Because usually what happens is when you die, the scriptures tell you that in Ecclesiastes, I forget the exact chapter, if it was 10 or 11, that the flesh basically goes into the earth and the spirit goes back to the Father who gave it. So, she likely saw either like spirits, because, that includes angels and so on, but she likely saw spirits. Slack here 1 second. Verse 14. And he said unto her, what form is he of? And she said, an old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel. So when she described basically the spirit that she saw, he knew, oh yeah, that's definitely got to be Samuel. And he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself. And Samuel said to Saul, so now she basically, when she confirmed with Saul, oh, that's Samuel, she found him, she basically like turned herself into a medium, right? A medium is like, let me just type it in here. I don't know if it'll actually be up here, but let's see, familiar spirit medium. Yeah, mediums. So it says here, familiar spirits are, in biblical context, malevolent demons that are believed to act as guides or servants, often working through mediums. A medium is a person who acts as an intermediary to communicate with these spirits, which are said to provide information by masquerading as the spirits of the dead. Both the spirits and the mediums are warned against in many religious texts, as they are believed to be deceptive and dangerous. But long story short, the the medium is just as it sounds, a medium. They turn their vessel into, one that can be inhabited to allow for communication. So like one like visual would be like they do on the left hand side is if they summon a demon, the host or the medium's body is now used by the demon to where the demon like speaks. So for example, you may have a woman, they conjure up the demon, and then like they'll show in some of these movies, she'll like put her head down and she'll lift it up all of a sudden, but her voice is different, right? Because now it's the demon speaking through her. So at that point, she's being used as a medium to where now the whoever is on the outside can communicate with that spirit through her. So it's probably what was happening here as we know that based on the verses above, Saul didn't see Samuel, right? That's why he was asking the witch, what did he look like? And once he confirmed that, okay, that's Samuel, now in verse 15, we see that Saul's now actually talking to Samuel, right? But we know Samuel wasn't physically there. So more than likely, it was the woman's vessel acting as a medium to allow Saul to communicate with Samuel. And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? So I was at rest. Why have you disturbed me? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and God is departed from me, and answereth me no more, neither by prophets, nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do. So what what should I do? The Most High is not answering me. I don't have any access. I don't know what to do. Then said Samuel, wherefore then dost thou ask of me, seeing the Lord is departed from thee, and is become thine enemy? So why are you asking me? If the Lord himself is not answering you, what answer can I give you? The Lord is clearly becoming your enemy, and he's fighting against you. And the Lord Yahweh hath done to him as he spake by me, for the Lord hath rent the kingdom out of thine hand, and given it to thy neighbor, even to David, because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord, nor executest his fierce wrath upon Amalek. Therefore hath the Lord done this thing unto thee this day. So because of your disobedience, the Lord has brought this upon you. Moreover, the Lord Yahweh will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the Philistines, and tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me. So you're going to be dead. You're going to be here in the spirit world. And the Lord Yahweh also shall deliver the host of Israel into the hand of the Philistines. So you and your sons are going to die in battle. And it's interesting because David mentioned that to Abishai. You and your sons are going to die in battle. And the armies and Israel will be given to the hand of the Philistines. So they're going to lose to them. Then Saul fell straightway all along on the earth and was sore afraid because of the words of Samuel. And there was no strength in him, for he had eaten no bread all the day, nor all the night. So hearing that devastating news for him, he basically collapsed. And being that he had like fasted, as it says, he had not eaten food right in the daytime or all of that night, he was weak. And the woman came unto Saul and said, unto Saul, and saw that he was sore troubled. So at this point, you know, that contact is over now, right? So now she's back to herself, and she comes to him and sees, you know, basically how messed up he is. And said unto him, behold, thine handmaid hath obeyed thy voice, and I have put my life in my hand. So I risked my life, and have hearkened unto your words, which thou spakest unto me, and I did as you asked. Now therefore I pray thee, hearken thou also unto the voice of thine handmaid, and let me set a morsel of bread before thee, and eat, that thou mayest have strength when thou goest on thy way. So please, at the very least, you know, I did as you asked. So for me, at least, you know, eat this bread, eat something. But he refused and said, I will not eat. But his servants, together with the woman, compelled him, and he hearkened unto their voice. So he arose from the earth and sat upon the bed. And the woman had a fat calf in the house, and she hasted and killed it, and took flour and kneaded it, and did bake unleavened bread thereof, because they were in a hurry, right? I mean, she didn't have time to let the bread, you know, be leavened and all that. So the quicker form would be in the unleavened bread. So she prepares a meal for Saul, and she brought it before Saul and before his servants, and they did eat. Then they rose up and went away that night. And that is the end of 1 Samuel, the 28th chapter. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Recha Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.